All right, guys, welcome back to Relegation Battle. Jay's already chatting so much, but okay. So a lot of us here today, and I think it's a good thing because I think all our teams have got something positive and negative to say. But we'll start off with yesterday's games. Jack, I'm going to come straight to you. Not a good, after a win against PSG, good win against Leipzig, and a draw against Chelsea, is another home defeat for you guys. Still to win at home this season. A lot of fingers have been pointing at the players, not really at Ole. I mean, how do you look at the game for you?
I was busy, so I didn't get to watch the game, luckily, after what happened. But so I can't really comment on too much of the game. But what I've seen on like social media and that, we didn't play well, and we basically Ole got schooled by Arteta, so it's not very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one because I was watching the game, and personally, I don't think it was the players' fault because we pinned you guys in. Like, we pressed really well, in my opinion, and there was no tactical change. Like, because the first half was literally 45 minutes of the same thing, us pinning you back. And the only player who tried to almost do something was Rashford, who's dropping deeper, which I think Bruno should have done instead. I mean, Ibi, I don't know if you watched the game or not, but
yeah,
how did you see the game? Was it Arsenal being too good? Was it United being too bad? Which was it?
I don't know, like, you know, like in the game, I'm usually like really nervous, so I don't really properly like, analyze it. But I think afterwards, I think it was just really comfortable. Honestly, I don't think they were really saying much. I think it was more down to us than them. I think we just made them look really bad, to
Yeah,
be honest.
then I mean, Jack, I'm sure you saw the penalty decision that was given against Pogba. I mean, it's not the first time Pogba's done this as well. I mean, what did you just not make the decision, but Pogba in general now? I mean, we're not seeing this consistency from him now. He's being played a bit further up as well in his new diamond formation. McTominay and Fred are still playing ahead of Van de Beek. I mean, what did you just make of this whole midfield situation?
Well, I understand, but well, not understand, but so we played against Crystal Palace, Brighton, and Tottenham with one centre defensive midfielder and then two like more attacking, so like Matic with Pogba and Bruno. But then that didn't work out because we shipped 3 goals to Crystal Palace, 2 goals to Brighton, and 6 to Tottenham. So after the international break, Ollie has gone, you know what, we need to shore up the defence. Let me bring in McTominay and Fred to just sit in front of the back 4. You know, work on that defence and then the chances will come. So then after the international break, we beat Newcastle 4-1. Then beat PSG, drew to Chelsea, beat Leipzig. And that Leipzig game was really good because that was the first time we've seen a diamond to get all like the players. And Bruno got rested and Van de Beek played. And like you said about Pogba, he played really well against Leipzig. So although I couldn't watch the game, I was excited to see how he performed. But obviously, it's just that consistency is just not there at the moment. Start of the season, he was awful. One good game, and he's gone back to shit again.
Yeah, and then maybe as well, the battle of midfield is basically Partey against Pogba. And I think it's fair to say Partey won that quite comfortably.
Absolutely bodied him,
Yeah.
And then he was really good too.
Yeah, so with Partey and Gabriel, they've been Arteta's 2 like marquee signings, the players that he's wanted to bring in. And Partey, like he's still fairly new, but Gabriel started the season really well. Where do you think Arteta, I mean, obviously he's only still had one window, but where do you think he could take this team now? Like, do you think we can be a bit more consistent in these games? So we do have a tough game.
I'm not too sure. I mean, I think winning, like finally being like a top 6 team away from home hasn't happened in like 5 years in the league. So I think this is like stepping stone, but like we can't forget what happened like last week, like lost to Leicester. So
yeah.
I think I'm still like I'm gonna give him like a year, like a 3 year. He can, you know, like I don't mind what happens. So I'm not really. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Really, I don't really expect too much like right now. I know that like he can do great things, but as of right now, I don't know. And, like it looks good. I think top 4 would be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying it looks good, but we still, I mean, we're one centre back injury away from playing Mustafi again. And
Yeah.
although Onani played amazingly in that game, like one of the best performances I've seen from him, I still don't trust him enough to play him week
No,
in,
100%.
week out. But obviously, Jack had to be rested as well, played a lot of games recently. But yeah, it's looking good for Arsenal. It's looking a bit inconsistent for United, but we'll see how things go on. Next up is Spurs. Tom, after poor display against Royal Antwerp, you guys came back strong, beat Brighton. I mean, how did you see the last 2 games going for you guys?
The Europa League game, I wasn't really too fussed about it. I mean, it's not great, but it's one of them like where I'm not worried about it. Performance-wise, I guess I am because it shouldn't happen. So it made me a bit worried for the Brighton game, but as in getting out of the group, I have no worries for that. But it did make me a bit worried for the Brighton game. Brighton game, I thought we played well. First half took us a while to get going, but the thing is with us now, even if we don't have the main even if we don't control the game possession wise, we're still in control of the game because they do nothing with it. So it's like having control of the game without possession, basically. Brighton done nothing. I can't really remember too much that they done. The Reece didn't have to do anything. Attacking wise, to be fair, I thought Brighton were quite good defensively as well. That was the first game. Son was just non-existent. I think they doubled up on him with Lamptey and whoever their right side. I can't remember who it was now. But we nearly got robbed again. I'm actually getting sick and tired of these fucking officials, to be honest. Like, that's probably one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in my life. I literally watched a video and it was of this, I can't remember his name, but it's basically an old ref who used to ref in the league. He's experienced. And he's basically saying he would have loved to have a VAR in his time because to get a second chance when you've made a mistake is like a blessing. And he got that second chance and he still made the mistake. The Højbjerg, it was a foul. I don't see how it is not a foul. The ref was trying to say he got a slight touch, but even if he got a slight touch, he's still taken the man out. It's a yellow card. It's a yellow card foul. So, but luckily we scored. Bale got his first goal. I was happy with that. And yeah, good defensive performance. Weren't the greatest attacking, but I mean, getting these wins where we don't smash them, we would have probably lost a game like that, to be honest, if we didn't have our players. Like, Højbjerg is so vital. Like, honestly, he went down injured in that game, and I thought he was going to have to come off, and then Winks was going to come on, who I fucking hate. And if he would have come on, we don't win that game. Because I think we can more. But 3 points, second place, probably should be first. Because of them other results we shouldn't have let slip. But I'm happy where we're at the moment.
Yeah.
Those comments weren't good.
Fucking hell.
What?
What did you say?
Comments behind your back.
What?
No, you
What's
said
wrong with
you
your
have
audio?
condoms behind your bed.
Oh.
No.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Just looking at it, little fuck.
Well, Tom, like you touched upon it there. It was honestly it's such an awful VAR decision there from the ref. There was another controversial point which has been a lot talked about the last 2 weeks, and it's Harry Kane. And it was the way he won the penalty this weekend, and he did it last week against Cresswell. I think it's done a couple times before. So what happens is the defender jumps for the ball, Kane backs into him, no intention of winning the ball, and puts the defender in a lot of danger actually of landing very awkwardly. I mean, and Kane's the one winning the free kicks and penalties for it. So how do you see like that situation? How do you analyze it?
I don't think it's a problem. We've seen it. Shearer used to do it all the time. Big, strong defenders do it. I just honestly think it's smart. It's not in the rule book that you're not allowed to do it. All right, sometimes you can get hurt, but then you can get hurt in a lot of things in football that is not necessarily dangerous play. It's smart. He's using his body and his strength to protect the ball. The Lallana one especially, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because, yes, he looks at Lallana, but he's gone into the space to protect the ball because if he don't do that, Lallana's going to win it. And then it's just smart because there's a good chance he's going to get fouled. Like, why wouldn't you do it? I don't see what the problem is.
But how
It's just a typical
this is my
target
perspective,
man
how is
thing.
Kane getting fouled?
Not-
Because if he's looking at the defender and the defender jumps, that means Kane's got no intention of the ball because he has to jump to win the header. So there's no intention of getting the ball there from Kane. It's purely just to like he is endangering the defender there because that could be very awkward for Lallana
But
there. Kane's got no intention to win the
he's
ball.
shielding
So
the
how is he
ball.
getting the foul?
He might not be having an intention to win the ball, but he's got an intention to protect the ball.
But the ball is in the air. He's not even close to touching it.
Oi, Jay, stop talking, bro. Your audio is nuts.
Actually, 1 second.
Say that again, Joe.
I don't understand because, but if the ball, like, it's an aerial duel. That for me is an aerial duel. Lallana's you have to jump to get the ball there. So why is Kane protecting the space?
Fucking hell, Jay.
Give me a second.
There it is, muting. Yeah, go
Say that again. Sorry.
So I just don't see how he's protecting the ball because it's an aerial duel. He's not jumping for the ball, meaning he's not trying to go for it. He knows where Lallana is and he knows what he's going to do. So he knows that Lallana's like not going to get the ball if he backs into him because he's going to lose his balance, his sense of awareness, and go land awkwardly. So I just don't understand how Kane's
I
getting
don't
fouls from this.
necessarily
He's
think he
endangering him.
backed into Lallana, to be honest. I don't think he actually backed into Lallana in that one. Maybe Cresswell one, because I know what you're on about with Cresswell. But with the Lallana, I don't necessarily think he backed too much into him. Like, he's just protecting the ball. If Lallana's going to go for it in the air, I just don't see like the problem because he's just protecting it. People have been doing it for years. Like, I know it can be like one can get hurt. Players can get hurt from so many things in football that just isn't a foul. It just happens. There's a rule in there to say that you're not allowed to protect the ball. Shearer used to back into defenders all the time. That was his thing.
I understand backing into defenders, but okay, I think Tom's Wi-Fi's going down. I'll carry
Yeah,
on.
that was shit.
Yeah. So I understand like the backing into defenders point, but for me, when they're in the air, it's so much more dangerous for the defender. I mean, Jack, Ty, Jay, what do you guys think of it? Is it a foul in your opinion, or is Kane just protecting the ball?
I'll be honest, I didn't see it. I'm not
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I haven't seen it, but as you're talking about it, I'm looking at it
I've
right
seen
now.
him do it a few times, yeah.
The Cresswell one I thought was really dirty, but I'm looking at this penalty one now. So
Carragher.
the ball comes up, looks at Cresswell.
I mean, yeah, Jay's doing back here.
If you look here,
No, I think that one's a penalty.
I don't think the Kane one. I don't think he backed into him. I think
How
they're
is
both
Lallana fouling him? That's what I don't understand. Lallana's going for the header, but Kane isn't.
Yeah, but he
I think
jumps
it's
straight into his back.
It's just the way that he lands. He should be more aware. If he jumps to the
But if
ball,
Kane's just standing there, what's Lallana meant to do? He can't phase through him to win the header. He
Yeah,
has to
but
go for the header, doesn't he?
Yeah, but what is Kane just going to do? Let him head to the ball? He's got to protect it.
they're both moving
Protecting it,
forward.
though. He's not near the ball. Kane's never winning the header, though. How is he protecting a ball that he doesn't have? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it.
They're both looking at the ball initially. He just looks at Lallana, and Lallana he's not aware of his surroundings. He just lands on top of Harry Kane. He puts his knee in his back, to be fair.
You can protect the ball without having control of the ball. You see people, for example, say if you're putting someone through on goal and then you've got a teammate helping you, a lot of teammates block off defender or an attacker when they're defending. He's literally blocking off Lallana so he cannot get to the ball.
Yeah, it's
He's
like
not putting any force. He's just using his body as like a wall. If he's using his body with no
it's
force,
not.
then not a foul.
I think it's just reckless. I think the way that Lana goes into it, it's just reckless. I think he needs to be more aware of his surroundings. He's not getting them because he just kind of just flies into the ball.
Fine.
No, my phone's straight.
But if Lallana's going for the header, I mean, he can't just let Kane win the header, can he? He has to jump for it.
Yeah, but then make sure you
He's
win.
back in a
Yeah, but
second.
he can't win the header because Kane's backed into him. That's what I'm trying to say. If Kane's
He
not
doesn't
got the
even
ball
back
and he's engaging
into
a
it.
player, it's a foul.
So
He does. He looks at him
you,
and he keeps going backwards like that. He doesn't jump for the ball. That's backing into him. He knows Lallana's there. He's looked at him, same as he did with Cresswell. He's looked at the player. The other player jumps. Kane doesn't. He keeps going back, and because of that, the player loses their awareness, loses their balance. They can't land their feet properly, meaning they could either dislocate an elbow, shoulder, may land their neck. You never know, could you? So that's engaging a player. He hasn't got the ball, so it's Kane making the foul, not the defender.
The Cresswell
I-
one is a foul.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
that makes
understand what you're
sense.
saying, but this one, the way Lallana jumps into it, and I know Joe, you want to say, I know you're saying, oh, you can't let Kane have a free head of the ball, but you can't jump straight into the back of someone. You either got to stop and go like, not even like, yeah, look, he jumps with his knee first straight into his back. It's definitely a foul, and it's in the box, so it's got to be a penalty. But the Cresswell one, like Tom said, definitely a foul. I think that was really dirty, but this one here, I think this is a foul. I get you saying Kane's looked and gone, oh, you know what, he's there. I'll try and protect the ball to get a foul. But there, Lallana, you've got to stop. You're on the edge of the box. You don't jump into someone.
No.
I mean, yeah, we could analyze all day, I guess, but yeah, I guess it's a 50. I mean, it's just the way you look at it. But yeah, I believe Spurs are now third in the table, if I'm correct, behind Liverpool
The
and
second now.
No, we're third.
no,
Oh,
they're
you
third
third.
because
Leicester won today, I think.
Yeah, Leicester
Oh,
won
yeah.
today, so they've gone back. But I think Jay's left this, but yeah, Liverpool are top of the league. I mean, obviously they had that poor game against Villa, but since then, Adrian's come back in, and they've just won games apart from the Everton one. They're still looking strong, and I think they still will win the league, even though it's been really unpredictable so far. But yeah, they're top of the table. Everton and Villa have lost again this week.
Yeah.
Villa in an interesting game against Southampton, where James Ward-Prowse just showed how good he is on dead balls, I guess. Assisted a free kick and scored two as
There's
well.
2 free kicks.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, fantastic technique, really. Our keeper was left with no chance there. Everton in a bit of a different scenario because Richarlison's been suspended, James is injured, and I think Tom, we talked about a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Like
Vigne's
Everton was one
suspended as
injury
well.
away from losing their form
Yeah.
because they didn't really have the depth, so they've lost there. But let's move on to Chelsea now. Ty J, it's been a good couple of games for you guys. Your signings have come in. The Krasnodar game was a great display for all of them, and now. Trying to remember who you guys played on the weekend.
Burnley.
Burnley, that's it. And
Can't forget that game.
Pulisic went off in the warm-up, but Werner came on and did the job. So how happy are you guys right now, and what do you just make of the last few games?
Go on, Jay. You go
I
first.
was just going to say, it's
Yeah.
like, I was saying to Tyrese, it was like, it kind of makes you feel like you've got a chance because the way they're playing, the last however many games, like even against like Man United, yeah, that even against Man
Please
United.
don't tell me you said you have a chance to win the league.
What? We haven't conceded
Did you say
a
that?
goal.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, he said we have a
Oh
chance.
my-
He said it makes
No,
you
no,
feel
no.
like a chance.
Kick him out, bro. This is what I mean with
Go on,
Chelsea
Jay.
fans.
Not
Jay,
for the
Jay.
league, man.
Go,
Not for the
go,
league.
go,
Carry on,
go.
carry
We're
on.
7
go for
games
it, man.
in.
No, let's let him finish. Let him finish.
Oh.
Let him
Carry on,
finish.
carry on, carry on.
Go for it,
Man
please.
Here we
United were the
go.
better team against you.
Do you want to listen
carry
to me
on.
or do you want to carry on? What? Yeah, shut your fucking mouth.
Go on.
Yeah? So listen here, yeah? No, because think about it, yeah. Even though we were shit against Man United, they didn't score. With all their attacking whatever cunts, yeah, they couldn't score. And that was our biggest problem last year. Scoring goals is not a problem. We had arguably one of not really the best attacks last year, and we still scored the third highest goals behind Man City and Liverpool, yeah. So that's not a problem. And the defence now, it seems like it's on its way to getting sorted out. So I don't understand when a league has fucking Aston Villa within the top 4 that we can't think that maybe we have a chance when everyone else is playing shit. Liverpool don't have a centre back that's actually fucking played for them, and it was the last game, and they got this year is going to be so odd. Liverpool won't win it. No, I don't think they will win it. But it'll be an odd.
Big claims.
It'll be an odd person to win it. Odd team. I don't think that me saying that's an over-exaggeration or anything, because we've got all these new signings. They're finally merging together, and they're starting to play well with each other. Who says that if they don't carry this on to halfway through the season, they see themselves what? I mean, what? 4 points at the moment between the top, I don't know, 8 and first. I don't see
Liverpool
why.
lose to City and we beat whoever we've got. I think we're 1 point off.
You got
Yes,
Wolves, I think.
Yeah,
no, you
I
don't,
think,
sorry.
Jay, I think this is the point that the reason we start laughing is because it looks like a win against Krasnodar and Burnley has for some reason inflated you to think you can win the title.
No.
But when you
it's
played
not
against
that.
United, you were on the back foot. I understand it's a away game at Old Trafford, so fair enough. You've got a point, fair enough. But
No, I mean more.
The big
more
games
less.
haven't been
One.
enough for Chelsea yet. If you know what we're trying to say,
I
that's
think
what
that's the
I've taken
plan, though,
from.
just be defensive.
The thing is, what I've taken away from that is not, we're going to win the league because we fucking won 4-0 against Krasnodar. What I've taken away from it is that I actually see a team that can defend a little bit better than conceding 3 goals to Southampton the week before. And then, I think Mendy's conceded 1 goal since he's come. And that goal was shit. That goal was a complete shithouse goal. So, I just think there's a lot of confidence.
Hold on, wait, Tom. What do you mean? Tom, what do you mean? Here we go.
Because all I hear is you lot saying, Tyrese, you're literally ridiculous on Twitter. Someone will say they'll praise like an Arsenal fan will praise Partey saying he's made us clean sheet. He's got a big impact. And you're saying
they said he
but
was the best. They said he's the best signing in the Premier League.
He might be though.
Exactly.
He might. That's a good signing for Arsenal.
Yeah, but he's 1 fucking game in. All right,
Yeah,
everyone else played 7. All right,
Facts.
so no, not having that.
Who's the best signing then? Havertz?
Werner.
Chilwell?
Werner has more goals than your striker has shots on target, so I don't want to hear anything from you, mate.
Jay, just
Yeah.
relax.
All right, I'm not having it.
He's been suspended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
is
makes
it-
sense, Jay. That makes sense.
Yeah, because the only strike he had was on Lamella's fucking head.
I mean, Rashford's played striker and scored goals, so.
Yeah, but he's good.
But
Martial's good. I didn't say he wasn't. Not Martial.
Just said he
Fuck
wasn't
that guy. Rashford. Fuck Martial. He's the pussy.
Like you said,
we'll move on to Ty.
What's
How
he
do
going to
you
say
analyse
if I
the last
do?
few games?
Sorry, Joel, say that again. These two are arguing again.
How do you look at the last few games? Because the United game, United were the better team, but like I said, away from home to get the point is not a bad result, even if you didn't play that well. Then you beat Krasnodar, you beat Burnley, 2 teams, fair to say they're not the best with respect to them, but you've beat them convincingly, which is the thing. So how do you look at them?
Well, when I was talking about how bad the football was at the start of the season, like when we played Brighton and
West Brom.
whoever else we played. Yeah, that's it. The football's much better since ZIYECH has come back into the team, but obviously it was just Krasnodar and Burnley, so we've got to be a bit, cautious still. But I'm more impressed with our defence. Thiago Silva, he's looking good. I'm not gonna say he's the best centre back in the league or anything, but he's looking good. Zuma keeps scoring goals. He's got more than Aubameyang. Who else? Oh, Mendy. Mendy's much better than Kepa.
You got to remember,
obviously that's a big improvement.
it always helps because Zuma, Thiago Silva, and Mendy all speak French, so it helps instead of everyone.
And Kante
Exactly,
as
so
well.
it helps. Instead of fucking Kepa speaking Spanish into fucking Thiago Silva's ear. Fucking,
I mean, I'm sure they can all speak English, Jay.
Yeah.
fucking Thiago Silva can't.
No, he can't, can he?
No, he's being taught. He
No?
can't speak. No,
No, he actually can't.
no, he
Okay.
genuinely can't.
If you say so.
All right, here we go. Getting on my nerves, Jack. I'm gonna have to come
Why is it so
Southampton to sort
heated?
you out, man.
I mean, Jack, we'll go to you then, because we went here last week to talk about the United Chelsea game, which did finish 0-0. It did seem like United were on the front foot a lot, but again, you were the home team, it makes sense. I mean, Jay's make some bold claims, let's be honest, but I mean, what do you just make of them? Do you think when you came up against Chelsea, you thought, okay, these guys could potentially challenge the title?
That game I didn't know because I don't remember De Gea having to make a save other than someone shot from outside the box that dribbled into his hands. I remember Mendy making 3-4 saves. So he's still, like Jay said, it still is 7 games in. Anything could happen. They could go on a run and be in top 3 or whatever, and then they have a chance. But you look at the Southampton game, 2-0 up and ended up 3-3. Draw up Man United, and then ZIYECH just come in and then they beat, I don't even know what team they are, but they beat them, and then they beat 20th place Burnley. But they look good against Burnley, and Burnley are a tough side. They're annoying to play against, and they've done well against them. So if they can keep this form up and not be as inconsistent as they have been, then you never know, they can challenge. I don't think they'll win it, but they can challenge for a third.
For third. For third. I love the way you say, yeah, you can challenge for third.
Wait, so who's finishing first and second then?
Next
Liverpool's
question,
first,
George.
man. I don't know why people are doubting this.
I don't think
I
Man City
understand
or
the-
Liverpool,
I
who are
think anyone,
the
I
two
think
biggest
anyone will win
teams
it
at the
out of
moment,
top
have
six,
actually
to be
played
fair.
well.
Bro, Liverpool are
Tottenham are
first.
shit.
How are you
No, I know,
saying
but
we're
yeah, I
shit?
know. You're not. You fuck off. Your team is not as good as you make it out to be. You've got two good
Are
players.
you better than us? Are you better than us?
They are.
Are you better than us?
Oh, yes.
And if
we
you're
are.
saying you're so good, so
You know,
you're better
you
than
don't
us,
really, you
yeah?
can't really tell.
Go on.
I think you've scored one more goal than us, and you've conceded the same amount.
I mean, if we talk about conceding goals, I think I know who has the best record defense record in the league right now. I think it's Arsenal, by the way. Just put it out there. But I think it's us, but we'll leave that. But Jay, like I said, Liverpool got the lead. Why do you think? I mean, I know Van Dijk's injured, and now Fabinho could be out for a while as well. But yeah, go on.
Just from like what I saw the other day, I only watched the highlights, of course, so I don't know. But I just don't feel like they're playing with the same fluidity that they usually do. Like
they're jamming through games, man.
Yeah, like Liverpool.
Oh.
At the moment, they're not playing like they played last season. They're playing like they seem very. I know they haven't got the players, of course. That's understandable. But I mean, like they seem really timid. Like, and the same with Man City as well. Like, drawing West Ham is not what Man City do. Like it's like it's so weird. Like this season, it like I said, it's got like that Leicester 2016 vibes. Like it doesn't. You don't know who's going to win. Like I'd say the most consistent team really is Tottenham, but that's about it. Like really,
he did not want to
That
say
hurt him. You could tell that hurt him when he said Tottenham.
But no, but they are like they haven't really been exposed for anything yet. But they've got a good manager, so yeah.
I mean, they've been exposed for their defensive like positioning. Or like they're not. They like 3-0 up in like last.
Yeah,
8
the
minutes.
West Ham game.
Yeah, so they have been exposed for like
that is
things.
that is Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah, but you've been exposed defensively.
And he's been dropped for both games. And he's been dropped completely from the squad.
Wait, who are Tottenham centre backs?
Toby and Dyer at the moment.
Oh, okay.
We'll leave
is Dyer Premier League winning quality?
I'll wrap up this week's episode.
Well, I don't know, but he's playing well.
Fair enough.
We'll leave it there. We've got big games coming up.
Liverpool's won 2 Premier Leagues.
Huh?
Hmm?
Was you
All right,
saying?
listen,
I just said Zoom was on
this is
2
gonna
Premier
end like
Leagues.
in like 30
That's all.
seconds, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So let's just wrap up. So yeah, big games coming up: Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Wolves. Now I think that's gonna be an interesting one. But yeah, that's all for now. I think we'll be back next week. So have a nice.
Before I think it's time to talk. I think it's time we sit down and just say what's going on.